Hello there, welcome back to the channel. My name is 𝙎𝙀𝙧𝙯 and I am the owner of Queen's Decor LLC. Queen's Decor LLC is your party one-stop shop. We are a party rental company, a balloon shop, an intimate on-site venue, and a full-time decoration company. This time of this video, I want us to do something a little different. We are setting up an event that I'm going to go over and do our normal voiceover. However, I want us to do something a little bit different this time by giving our experience after you watch the video and do a pricing breakdown. So this is especially for my event planners who follows. This will give you an idea on how we price. If we're missing anything or leaving any money on the table, you let us know in the comments below. If you're somebody who's just starting in the event planning or event decoration company, I hope this will be able to help you as well to price better and know that things are getting more and more expensive. And if this is for the future customer or prospective customer, this is to show you how realistic pricing can be, so that when you're coming to us, you're a bit more prepared and you have learned a thing or two about how pricing typically works with an event decorating company. I hope you get to stick around to the end of this video, and I'll see you there. Let's get started. Hey King and Queens, let's get into it. Right now we're going to go and start blowing ahead our balloons and making them round. In order for the centerpiece to look gorgeous, you have to make your balloons round. We're going to be measuring them to about 6 inches. You already know the love and hate story I got with that sizer, but it works. So right now we're just going to blow up our balloons and tie them. I've already shown you guys how to create a quad in our grab and go garland with the green, white, and black that we created in a previous video. Don't know how to create a quad? Go ahead and watch that video. Now, after blowing up all of your balloons, we're going to go ahead and start connecting them. Claim my area. I'm grabbing my balloon that's filled with water. Grab your quad, place it. Take your balloons that's filled with water. This was an outdoor event, so that balloon is big, okay? And tie it up. After you're done tying this up, you're going to go ahead and grab a 260. Yes, you can cut that 260 in half. That one already was cut in half. And this is what we're going to use to be able to connect our balloons. Next, grab your color, and I'm actually going to go ahead and leave the color for these balloons in the description as well, so you guys can be able to know. This was Tuf-Tex, I believe. The balloon brand was Tuf-Tex. We did it in lavender and fog blue. I always get fog blue mixed with slant blue, but I believe this was fog. After a whole lot of conversation in our balloon group. But after you go ahead and put all of your balloons, for my final balloon, I usually do a neck tie method. Take the big balloon neck and just tie to one of the other necks of the quad that is at the very top. And this is how you make this beautiful centerpiece. This is my go-to centerpiece. This was one of the very first centerpiece I made in my career, which was about, wow, 6 years ago, because I made this while I was pregnant and I needed beautiful centerpieces. I didn't know what to do. This centerpiece was the reason I actually got into event planning. It was from this centerpiece design that people saw and started asking me who made the centerpiece, who created this. And as you saw, that was our final look. But let's just go into showing you our before. And my camera was not turned on, so I didn't go ahead and show you the structure in this video. But what you're seeing is one base, which is the black flat piece on the bottom, an upright, which is the tall piece, and a crossbar. That crossbar is heavily double taped with heavily taped on top of that candy card. When I say it is not moving, it is not going nowhere, baby. So after I created my clusters, all of these clusters came pre-prepared. That's why you see we're just connecting. It was all blown up at the showroom. What you see me doing now is actually creating an itch method. This is so the balloon is not floating in the air like that. And boom, it gives it a snug, tight feel straight to the ground. And all you have to do is work around that color to be able to cover up the base. But we're just right now going to go ahead and fill in our clusters and just add more to give it the shape and design that we're looking for. As you can see here, I am standing in this rental chair. Don't do that. I forgot to pack my best friend. And you already know a short girl's best friend. If you don't know, what are you thinking? I forgot to pack my ladder. That's why I'm in this chair. But yeah, it came in handy. But don't do that. Try to pack your ladder or leave an extra ladder in your truck. Don't do this. But it worked. It did what it had to do. As you can see here, I'm blowing up extra clusters. Like I said, this was a park that I've been to before. This was the exact same pavilion that I had my baby, who is now 4 years old, party at. So I knew they had an outlet. However, I still wanted to be prepared, which I'm glad I did because I had to do this event by myself. And now that we're done, we're going to add our cornstalk design. I know that's not the rope. Oh my God, there it is. The rope design. I keep calling it a cornstalk. We're gonna go ahead and add our rope design and play with that placement how you feel, and it would just play with it. Designing a balloon is fun. You really just have to play with it to see how you like it, and designing a balloon is really fun, guys. Just play with your placement until it is to your standards or to your company's standards. We're going to add our second rope design and then add our clusters. After you fill out that bad boy with your 5-inch clusters, you will go ahead in the next clip. You will just actually see I went ahead and added the foil balloon and the butterfly off camera. Before showing you the foil balloons, let's just go ahead and drape our pole. I was really hoping my client picked a balloon pole. I've always been wanting to do one of those. However, the drapes was just perfect. It really transformed this space. I had so many compliments of people walking by. None of them got my business cards though. But I definitely had a lot of compliments, and here's our final look. Hi guys, so let's discuss our lessons learned. One lesson that I learned from this event is that being prepared is key. So at this event, the little story time behind this is I didn't have any assistance setting up this event. Thankfully, it was a smaller event at a park. All we needed to do was put tablecloth and centerpieces, nothing else. So we was able to do that. But two of my event planners, it was their birthday week, so they couldn't attend. And my other two assistants lived in Delaware, and for whatever reason, they could not attend. So now I thought it was just my husband and I, but unfortunately it wasn't, because my husband, who recently started doing his own driving and trucking company, had to take care of some stuff. So he literally dropped me off, helped me offload, and put my tablecloth and my centerpieces on, and he had to leave. But being prepared was what saved this event, because all of my balloons, all of my centerpieces, as you saw in the video, was created at our showroom. So upon arrival, all I had to do was immediately start installing. First thing that I did after the tablecloths and everything was done was I jumped right on the stage and connected my balloon. I even had the opportunity and the time to be able to take my time and actually record this video and do some other Instagram fun effects. I was able to complete this event in enough time before the customers before the customer or any of her guests would even arrive. Matter of fact, I didn't even see my client arriving because I was done so early and I had to leave. Another lesson that was learned is that I'm no longer taking extras for my clients. Often when I go to set up, I always take extra chair covers, extra tablecloth, shoot in case I run into any accidents. I take those things for my personal benefit, shoot in case I run into any accidents. However, some clients seem to think that some of my clients, who, especially the ones who are returning, are dependent on me taking extra items so that they can make changes to their event on site. This has created a new policy in my policy and procedure that any on-site change that is caused not by the weather or by an emergency situation, just on-site change, because of on-site change will result in an automatically $500 inconvenience charge. Like, this takes a lot of work to sit and come up with a blueprint for an event. So for you to plan for 6 tables and you arrive and your clients say they want 10 tables, I'm looking like, where am I supposed to take the extra tables from? And it happened to me twice this weekend. I think that's why I was so aggravated. Once was at my venue. It's an intimate space that holds 50 guests. My client all of a sudden wanted to add, I don't know how many tables, but she wanted 80 guests, which was very much unacceptable because we have an event max. But I'm no longer taking any extras, anything. Another thing is, they seem to forget that the food table needs linens as well, and linens has to go with the aesthetic of their event. And I always ask them, do you need linens? If they say no, I say, this is your event color. Make sure you get some plastic cover from Dollar Tree that will match your event color. But that doesn't seem to stick either. And then upon my arrival, they're asking me, do you have extra tablecloth? Moving forward, the answer is no, I do not. It can be hanging up in front of you. It's no. That's not the purpose of me bringing it. It's just, it's not to be mean. It's more so, usually when I provide tablecloth for a food table, I always buy a matching plastic tablecloth as an overlay, especially if it's an African event. I'm African myself, so our food are heavy in grease and heavy in oil, and the last thing I want to do is come back to my client to ask them to pay. Next, let's jump right into the event pricing and breakdown as promised. So I'm going to go ahead and actually pull up this client event. I'm not going to show you guys my screen, but I just wanted to, like I said, this was a lot of events in one weekend, so just wanted to be able to explain to you guys. So for this event total design, my labor was $450. She had the candy card, which was about $108, $345 for a 15-foot garland, 5 large custom butterflies, which was $14 each, came up to $63. The wicker chair rental is $175. You need a half a pipe and drape set in order to make this design possible. And my labor cost was about $450. Next, we will move on to that's the stage. Next, we're going to move on to the guest area. Our guest area 10 linens came out to $146. Our spandex pole cover is about 25 each. 10 of them is $250. Our balloon centerpieces is about $20 each, which is $200. And we have to provide 3 rectangular tables for the food. All of this, so I have my labor, but you also have to charge for travel. Given that it was so close by, travel cost was only $72 in total. This brought the total to $1,894.23. I applied a family and friends discount, which saved her $98. Taxes got added up for $143, which brought the total to $1,939. I hope this pricing helped. If you like this concept, let me know. I can do none of this if you don't give me a feedback. So I hope this helped you, and I'll see you in the next video.